It's 2021, but I have still gotten comments like, "Oh, well, if you have a baby, shouldn't you be focused on raising your baby? Like, how does your husband feel about that?" And it's not new, and I struggle each time, because you're like, "Oh, am I going to lose a vote if I tell them how I really feel?" Uh, so I try to temper it back a little bit and say something like, "Oh, I have a very supportive, extended family network," or but I think it's challenging, right? And I think that there's one thing that is absolutely true, which is part of your brain does become like, it's like, this is my mom brain, right? And there's a lot more to think about. But what I've also noticed is that I'm a lot more efficient with my time. Like, the little things just don't bother me as much anymore. Like, they'll get done, they'll get done. Does it have to be done today from 2 p.m. to 2:15 p.m.? Like, my type A personality used to do it, right? No. As long as it gets done, as long as it gets done fairly well, right? Or sometimes if it's on my husband's to-do list, as long as it gets done, period. But it's just the bigger things and prioritizing. And also, I feel less bad now saying no, right? If it's not, you just have to make those judgment calls for yourself, because I want to spend, let's say, like 2 hours with my daughter every night, and then I also try to keep half of Sunday open so that we have family time. My in-laws and my parents didn't get to hold Jemmy until she was 5 months because of
Right.
vaccinations, right? And my younger sister, I became an aunt before I became a mom, and my parents didn't hold her until she was 11 months,
Mm.
right? And so, like, that's a lot of like happy grandparent time that was lost, and we want to make up for some of that. So I think, there's always a balancing act, but I feel like women running for office, there's just more critique, and people feel more entitled and more sort of like it's okay to say those things to you. And I don't think that if I were a man, I would get those same comments.
Yeah, I mean, once you're a mom, everyone has an opinion about
Right, right.
everything. Yeah.
Oh, and I'm gonna just follow up on what Gigi said. It's
Yeah.
true. I feel as a woman candidate, you get critique a lot, which I feel like a male candidate would. So I'll give perfect example of my constant struggle. Well, if you are too strong, you appear too aggressive. That's not womanly. Well, especially with the Asian American community, right? Definitely not
Yeah.
womanly. But if you're too soft spoken and you're not really being aggressive, you don't make a strong case, you're not showing your leadership skills.
That's right.
It's like, so where is it that you strike the balance where you could be in that perfect situation and that perfect role where you could piece both sides?
Every
And I
single
don't,
time.
yes, but I don't think the male candidates get those type of critiques at all. Because I was joking, and like I'm joking. It's like anyway. So once someone told me, "Oh wow, the male candidate gave away apples, right? Gave apples to seniors. Wow, what a leadership skill! He was giving away apples to seniors." And you'll definitely get press coverage for that. But as a female candidate, you have to show you have much more substance, right? You have to do more than the parents, the strong of parents to give out apples. So, I mean, these are the things that, I mean, I think that's why it's important to have more women candidates running, especially Asian American candidates running. I hope, if nothing else, we could serve as role models to other younger Asian American women out there and let them know that it's definitely, definitely doable, definitely something, that if that's what they aspire to do, it's doable. We both work for bosses who are elected officials, who work very hard to become elected officials and be really great in that roles. And I hope we could, continue